Evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
So, I have taken the most popular topic, and I get many queries regarding what to do, what to not. So, I'm solving it once for all, and everyone will know what to give and how to give and which medicine to be selected based on symptoms. So, let us start today. Homeopathy and conjunctivitis. First of all, we would like to see what is conjunctivitis. Conjunctivitis is a swelling or inflammation of the conjunctiva and the thin transparent layer of the tissue that lines the inner surface of the eyelid and covers the white part of the eye. And the conjunctivitis causes may or may not be infectious. So generally, viral conjunctivitis, allergic conjunctivitis, and bacterial conjunctivitis are seen. Viral, which is going on right now, common cold, type of pink eye, and it's very contagious. Allergic caused by eye irritants like allergic like dust or pollen dust, dander or whatever might be the reason, but it due to allergic manifestation. Now, third, bacterial. Bacterial caused by bacterial invadance in the eye. So, like I told you, what happens here? Pink eye, it's very irritating and it affects the vision, and it's generally viral or bacterial. And and pink eye is very contagious, so you need to prevent by wearing specs or sorry, wearing black glasses or any black goggles. So this is the thing. Viral and bacterial conjunctivitis can transferred by cough, by sneeze, or by contact, and this is the reason everyone is suffering, and it is now every next door. Any patient, many patients are coming with this. And allergic is due to dust, pollen, and pet. So allergic due to dust, wind, and sun, the first remedy you can think of belladonna, definitely based on symptoms. Bacterial, next is hypersulfur, and the viral most common, euphrasia. Now, symptoms redness in one or both eyes, itchiness, gritty feeling, a discharge either in one or both eyes that forms a crust during the night, and it may prevent to opening your eyes. It sticks actually, basically, and also has a tearing sensation and have sensitive to light. Now, how to prevent? What are the do's and don'ts? You have to wash your hands frequently, avoid close contact, do not share your personal items, towels, pillows, eye drops, or any item with any of the person. Clean and disinfect, regular clean the surfaces and hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Hello.
sir.
Yeah,
Hello.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry there was a power cut. Yes.
Okay.
So do's and don't, clean and disinfect, regularly clean and disinfect surface with contact with comes in contact with your eyes, such as uh, eyeglasses, contact lenses, and their cases also. Proper contact lens because many people wear lenses, so you need to have a hygiene and avoid your rubbing your eyes by right. Rubbing your eyes can transfer easily bacterial viruses from hands to eyes and potentially causing an infection. Use tissue to cover your mouth while coughing and sneezing. Now, talking about the homeopathic approach, is the slide clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay. Homeopathic approach comes on patient based on sign and symptoms, chief complaints, peculiar symptoms, physical generals, mental generals, thermal. There are so many things to be considered. Now, conjunctivitis, catarrhal, mucopurulent discharges, pulsatilla and euphrasia comes top list in this. And where there is only congestion, especially of right eye, belladonna and calcarea carb is the first. And if suppose you have a case with
Slide is
blepharospasm,
not Sir, screen is not visible.
wait,
It is visible.
it's visible, right?
Yes,
Sir,
sir,
it
it
is
is
visible.
visible.
No, sir, it's
Yes,
not
yes,
visible.
sir. No, sir.
No,
Not
sir, it's
visible.
visible.
Wait 1 minute. It will come back. Wait 1 minute. Everyone,
Sir, it is visible.
सर ये कौन से पोटेंसी में देनी चाहिए मेडिसिन इस कंडीशन में?
we will talk at last. Questions I'll take at last. Is the PPT visible to everyone
No,
Yes.
sir.
now?
Yes, sir.
यस
No,
सर,
sir.
यस सर, विजिबल
No,
सर.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't know. Whoever cannot see, I think there's a network
It is
problem with your.
visible, sir.
Yeah, I think yes, yes. Okay. Thank you. So, congestion of the right eye, belladonna, calcarea carb, and suppose have a conjunctivitis with blepharospasm, kali iodide is the remedy. Now, homeopathic approach. The first remedy we think of that is aconite. Aconite is the
सर पीपीटी
result.
क्लियर नहीं है.
Visible ही नहीं है.
Not
So it's
visible.
visible. Maybe
PPT not
participants who
visible,
cannot
sir.
see can join back.
Yes, whoever cannot see the PPT, please join back. PPT is visible, right?
Yes, sir, you go
Yes,
ahead.
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So aconite is the first remedy to think of where there is a result from wind, dust blowing in the eye, or any eye strain. And what the symptoms generally you find this conjunctivitis from exposure to dry cold wind, it has written, and it is a first stage of acute inflammation. Now, even when little sharp foreign bodies have entered in the eyes, before they can be removed, and after removal also, you can think of aconite as the first remedy. The thermal is aconite chili. Based on that only, you need to select the medicine. ML by open air, by warm sweat, and aggravation by dry weather, pressure by touch, by night, by light. Next, very important remedy, Allium cepa. Now, when to think? This remedy is unrivaled for acute fluent coryza along with catarrhal conjunctivitis with profuse burning and smarting, but not acrid coryza. With profuse watery acrid discharge from the nose along with sneezing. So you can think this remedy in this particular condition where aggravation in warm room, in damp weather, and ML by cool open air and bathing. And thermal will be Ilium cepa hot. Now, third, alumina. Alumina means everything is dry, is more of brina like. So there is a lot of dryness and burning in the eye. So when you consider alumina, patients will come and they say that there is no discharge, there is very little discharge. In fact, I'm feeling more dryness in my eyes. Doctor, do something about it. So in this, particularly aggravation is during sleep and they feel better by cold. You can think of alumina in this condition, and the thermal is ambithermal. So there is smarting pain along with dryness, lot of dryness in the eye. Third, epismel, all the edematous swelling, all the edematous swelling epismel comes first, and this remedy for typical with bright redness and this swelling you can see, and hot watery discharge. What epis patient will tell you that doctor, I have been having discharge from my eyes which is very hot and stinging, and this photophobia, cannot see, I cannot open my eyes, edematous lids, swelling, typically like rustox like edematous swelling. Bellis comes first whenever there is hot watery discharge from the eyes, and they get aggravation by warm things and ML by cold. And epis people are thirstless as well, and they are hot. Now, argentum nitricum. When to think argentum nitricum? Argentum nitricum is to think when there is profuse discharge, thick. You can see this image very well. This is like argent nitricum discharge. Also it is like raw red meat or beef red. this redness. Lacrimation, very slight. Lids are thick and red. Pains worse in the morning and in warm room, and ML in open air and cool. And thermal patients of virgin atrium people will be hot. Next, arsenic album. Arsenic album is the first remedy to think of where there is conjunctiva with conjunctiva will be bluish red appearance. You can see bluish and here red. So bluish red appearance with reticulated bundle of vessels. Think of arsenic as the first remedy where the tears are burning. They contain like so much of burning. This discharge is so much of burning. Doctor, I cannot tolerate, and I have a very feeling like everything is burning here. So edema and lids puffy and which aggravates by cold air and infections and ML by hot, warm wraps, open air, thermal will be chilly. Think of arsenic album in this condition. Next, belladonna. Belladonna has, you can get the lids and the whole eye looking rather swollen in acute condition. Like eyes will be not only burning and hot, but they will be dry and painful. So burning, dryness, hot, and lot of pain. Think of belladonna. Belladonna has aggravation with sun and taking cold, and they get ML by only rest. So, what belladonna people will tell me, they'll close their eyes and they'll just lie down. Do not disturb me. I have pain. They get irritation, like nux vomica. So that's belladonna symptoms in conjunctivitis. And belladonna is the first remedy to think of conjunctivitis, especially in catarrhal in early stages. In early stage of conjunctivitis, where there is a lot of dryness in the eyes, thickened red lips, or burning in the eyes. Thickened red lips is okay, not in all patients. You can find the burning and the dryness is quite common with the belladonna patients. Euphrasia. Euphrasia is the most important remedy current scenario. Catarrhal conjunctivitis, discharge of acrid matter. You see these discharges, and the eyes waters all the time. All the time the waters, they keep a hanky. Now the interesting part is euphrasia patient will have strong urge to rub the eye. This is where you'd have to differentiate the patient. Euphrasia people will come and tell me that I have a urge to rub the eye. They have the frequent inclination to blink the eyes. They have dryness inside, sharp cutting pain behind the eyes. They'll complain like sharp cutting pain behind the eyes into the head, almost not equal as belladonna, but they have the same sensation like belladonna has the pain. So now they have a frequent inclination to blink. They have urging to rub. That's why winking the eye ameliorates, wiping the eyes ameliorates, and aggravation by sunlight and warmth. And thermal of euphrasia people are hot. So discharges are thick and excoriating. Mercury has a thin and acrid discharge. Burning swelling of the eyelids. Eyes watery all the time. There are pressure in the eyes. They feel like pressure in the eyes. And they have also a sticky mucus on the cornea and must wink to remove it. They want to wink all the time. This is where you have to consider euphrasia. And commonly you can use in 200 potencies, no issues. Hypersulfur. Hypersulfur, it is for, as I told you, bacterial conjunctivitis also, whether it's profuse purulent conjunctivitis with discharge. And what hypersulfur nature is, very oversensitive. In spite of giving the best remedy, he'll still complain to you. Like nitric acid discontent, and he will tell you that, now doctor, I'm not feeling better. Doctor, I'm not feeling better. Then he'll come to you again, I'm not feeling better. As soon as you give hypersulfur, he's fine. This is what oversensitive. This depicts the oversensitivity of the hypersulfur when you give the remedy and it is not working and it's affected by least thing like touch, pressure. I cannot do this. I cannot do that. These all little things will keep on complaining. That's a hypersulfur. Hypersulfur has a typical symptom. You need to remember this. Their eyes feel as if somebody has had a string pulling them back to the head. From the eyes, they will complain this typical symptom of hypersulfur. Aggravation by cold, dry air. Touch, uncovering, ML by heat. They are most chilly sensitive people. So this is the remedy when you have to consider when there is strong oversensitiveness in the patient. Now, ignitia. Ignitia people have catarrhal conjunctivitis with sensation as if sand in the eye, great dryness, and may require this remedy. Like there was an example, a lady artist of dark complexion, so excessively nervous that she startled at slightest noise and had been working late at night. She complained of one eyelid feeling as if sand under it with great dryness, and she was diagnosed as conjunctivitis. Ignitia 31 rows remove that feeling in half an hour. But to prescribe Ignitia, there has to be some emotional disturbances, some grief. So you need to see what she has been complaining of. ML by pressure and thermal chilly. Now, Ipecac. Ipecac is for catarrhal conjunctivitis with profuse yellow discharge and chemosis. You can see this. And the sclerotic will be yellow. Aggravation by warm, thermal hot, and ML by open air or closing the eye. If they close the eye, they feel much, much better. Kalibai. Kalibai is for eyes which look painful but not to the patient. Yes, the patient will come and when you see Kalibai, oh my God, what has happened to him? And you will say, are you having a lot of pain? He said, no, not much. But what they have more of discharges. They'll complain with a lot of discharges. And Kalibai is especially for the rheumatic people who suffer from recurrent conjunctivitis. That's why Kalibai is one of the important remedy for iritis also and corneal ulcers also. It has more of syphilitic discharges. Mark intense photophobia, mark intense heat in the eye, aggravates by cold damp weather, ML by heat and pressure, and they are typically chilly people. And the most important part, the symptoms start from right side like Apis. Kalibai is also another remedy which all the symptoms will begin on the right eye first, then it goes to the left. Merxol. Merxol has a typical discharge of green, yellowish green or greenish discharge with lot of burning pain everywhere. And Merck people are excessively thirsty. All the Merck will drink water a lot. That's a differentiation point. All the Mercs have a lot of anger. So all the typical nature and the constitution of Merck, these are the same nature. Along with that, they have lot of blinking. They have constantly they blink their eyes. They blink there because they have irritation in the eye. And eye complaints are worse by warmth. So they don't get better by warmth, they get worse. Discharges will be green, and the Merck typical symptom is they have profuse sweat. So they sweat a lot, along with thirsty plus profuse sweat, plus there is inflammation. And especially one point I would like to share about Merck's. Merck has written in Merck, it has been written acute inflammation by exposure of cold in rheumatic people. So all RA people, joint pain, this pain, and they suffer from conjunctivitis in between. You can think of Merck Sol. Next, Pulsatilla, the most important remedy today. Pulsatilla has typically discharge, profuse discharge, yellowish discharge, green discharge, and they have terrible itching inside. So now they also get pustular irritation around the lids. If you open the lids, they'll find small pustules. Now, interestingly, pulse all complaints, rheumatic complaints get better by cold, everything get better by cold. But now, in the conjunctivitis part, pulse complaints are better by only when they wash their eyes with hot water, opposite of Merck. That is pulsatilla. And also they have a tendency to scratch also. That's why in styes also, they have a tendency to recurrent more of styes because they scratch their eyes a lot. They keep on rub their eyes. So this is why they get styes also. Now ML by warmth and open air, thirstless people, thermal, hot. Rustox. Rustox is a remedy where there is lot history of herpes, or we call as shingles, for edematous swelling with acrid discharge like Apis. The eye condition can spread into the cheeks also, and when they open their eyes, it looks swollen up, almost being forward. They have so much of swelling. Herpes generally happens in Rustox from cornea to eye involvement. Photophobia and aggravation by motion in the eye complaints. That interesting, makes us very unique, right? Opposite. By generally motion MLs by Rustox, but in this eye complaints, aggravation by motion, ML by warm wrapping, rubbing, and thermal is ambithermal. Now our discharge is thick and yellow of Rustox as well. Cilicia. Cilicia is for conjunctivitis persisting after injury by foreign bodies. It affects the canthi in the region of tear ducts here, and itching, burning aggravates by cold air, ML by warm, thermal, chilly. So if there is an injury history in the eye and after that the conjunctivitis, the patient complains of conjunctivitis is not going away, you think of Cilicia. Sulfur. Sulfur has extreme itching, extreme itching with sharp darting pains inside. They'll complain. And in sulfur, this palpebra conjunctiva, this is typically involved. So this is main involved in sulfur. In sulfur conjunctivitis, you will see this palpebra and conjunctiva, this whole is involved. Here you see the eruptions as well and the itchiness. And it can be confined to one eye or both the eyes. So especially when the palpebral portion of the conjunctiva is involved, think of sulfur. So examine the patient when you see conjunctivitis. And worse during day or night, or warmth, enamel by open air, and thermal is hot. The last remedy of the day, zinc sulfate. Zinc sulfate is a remedy where there is wateriness, extremely water, eye watering, and redness, and of a pricking and itching sensation with profuse lacrimation. Zinc sulfate is one of the remedy you can think of. So this is a group where we discuss day and night lot of cases. Whoever is new or don't know about it, they can scan the QR code and be the member of the group. This is our group. Thank you so much. Do share your feedback. And now I'll take the questions, please.